Good evening, friends and fiends, and welcome back to Sunday Night NES. Tonight we are going to play Chippendale Rescue Rangers, which we played on the stream a couple times before. It's been a while since we played it, though. I was just thinking about it. I just wanted to play something kind of chill tonight, so we're going to revisit this one. I see that we have several people in chat already. Hello to AB64 Dancer, Lydia, Retro D, Heathen. I hope that everybody had a wonderful Halloween. I pretty much just kind of played video games for Halloween. Been playing a little bit of No Man's Sky. I've been playing some Minecraft as well. I started a run in Greg Tech New Horizons, which if you have ever played the Greg Tech mod pack for Minecraft, it is... You have to build everything to the point of like you have to create screws so that you can assemble a bed, kind of stuff. Let's see. Heathen says I've been playing Struggle Antaresian Legacy. I'm not familiar with that one. I haven't heard of that. I did want to show off a couple of little things that I got the other day. I picked these up at 2nd and Charles. I don't know if 2nd and Charles is a chain. It's owned by the people who did Books A Million, but we have one locally, and it's like a used bookstore kind of thing. But they also have a bunch of other stuff, and they had a tin of Legend of Zelda candies. So they're like they're little. It's going to be impossible to see it on the video, but they're little white swords. Yeah, you can't see that at all. They're little white swords, and I think they're supposed to be like orange flavored or something. And then we have also been playing Slime Rancher a lot on my Wednesday stream. And so I found a magnet, a Slime Rancher magnet, and I thought that was really cool. So Pixel is already attacking the... tin of candies, and she'll probably try to run away with it because that's what she did with the other tins that I have. So here she is. Hi, Pixel. How are you doing? Pixel has been a little bit rambunctious today. It's been kind of cooler weather here lately, and I think that has her stirred up. Her eyes are just so big. No, don't go for the pop filter. Don't go for the pop filter. There you go. Heathen says, Struggle is a Doom 2 mod, and Tari's is an awesome map maker. Okay, cool. Stone Homie, hello, hello, welcome in. I may have to kick Pixel out. She's, keeps wanting to jump up on the desk. I'm afraid she's gonna knock my coffee over. Let's go ahead and hop into our game. All right, so everybody tell me about your Halloween and what you did for Halloween. I always forget about the cactus there. Lydia says, I trick-or-treated. You said you were dressing up as Cleopatra? Did that go okay? Heathen said, Viddied the old film, ate candy and drank too much. There you go. Oh no, I fell off the edge. Yeah, I saw that you were watching a bunch of old horror films and stuff. Okay, Pixel, you need to stop eating my game controller. She is under the desk right now, and she is attacking what is hanging down from my controller, the cord. Hi, Chantel. How's it going? All right, let's try this again. Okay, yeah. Hold on one second. I'm gonna put Pixel out because she's making me very nervous right now. Come here, baby. Oh. don't you go find a toy to play with? There you go. She is very full of energy right now, and she is leaping all over the desk, and she's either going to knock the monitor over or she's going to knock my coffee over, so far she hasn't, you know, done anything terrible to the desk, but she has knocked my coffee over about 3 or 4 times. And, oh, dang it. He said Pixel Rocket launched away. Retro D said, I played this game with my friends. We're no longer friends after that. Yeah, this game, you can actually troll your friends really good, because you can pick up your friends, and then you can literally just, like, throw them off of cliffs and stuff. He said play this game with your enemy and keep throwing them off of things. Ah. It's been a while since I played this. I'm a little out of practice. Has anybody seen the new Frankenstein movie that came out? I've heard so many good things about it. It's directed by Guillermo del Toro. I'm probably not saying his name right, but... Dang it. Stone Homie said, I didn't know it was out yet. I believe it is. Retro D said, I only watched the UK one. I've heard people talking about it on Blue Sky, so I'm assuming it's out. It might be one of those, like, limited release things, but... Hi, Trial Fan. Welcome in. Chantel says, I've not seen a movie since Deadpool 3 and most likely see a movie until Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 2. Dee said, I only watched Frankenstein 2004. That's a good one. I didn't know there was a Frankenstein released in 2004. I'll have to look that one up. I really like the 1996 Frankenstein that has Robert De Niro and Kenneth Branagh. Stonehomie said, last movie I went to see was Black Phone 2. Fan says, I'm not a big Mia Goth fan, but I'll give it a try. We watched Jack Nicholson in the Wolfman movie he did in the 90s. It's on Tubi. Lydia says, okay, so this drama is from like 2 weeks ago. So in second period class, my history teacher that we call Coach, isn't like, I feel like every history teacher in Alabama is a coach. And maybe it's that way across a bunch of other places, but I don't think I ever had a history teacher in grade school that was not a coach. He got back from classes to break up fights there. This is important. Hi, Noah. How's it going? There we go. We've made it through without taking damage. So far. Ah! As I take damage right when I said that. Chantel says it's that way in Utah too. It was so weird whenever I went to college and I had a history teacher who was actually like had a degree in history and was actually interested in history. Ethan says you jinxed it, Wobble. Yes, I did. Alright, boss fight. This boss fight's not too hard. Lydia said, so two kids, they were both guys, and one was saying something about the other, saying something like how his fist wasn't as big as his mouth. All over a girl, I might add. Noah Miller says, on Halloween, one of the PE teachers was dressed up as a brain rot. What does a brain rot look like? I have already caught your precious gadget. From now on, she's inventing things for me. You'll have to take her from my casino if you really want her back. A brain that has rot. Well, I guess that makes sense. He says your teacher dresses up like Wobble's streams. I feel like my streams are not brain rot. My streams are entertaining and educational. You learn all kinds of weird, dumb facts in my streams. Dang it. He said, so they both threw their backpacks down, meet each other in the middle of the classroom, and one started to hit the other, and they bumped into your desk. The boy who was mainly fighting slammed the other boy's head into the window. There was no blood, luckily, and then they started to fight more on the floor. Jeez. Alright, second boss down. Heathen says, that's not a school fight, that sounds like a bar brawl. Ain't that the truth? Stone Homie says we teach very valuable lessons here, like how to not speedrun NES games and why you shouldn't play Star Tropics. How to not speedrun NES games. Screw you, man. I mean, you're not wrong, but... Ethan says Star Tropics 10 of 10 would force Wobble to play. Liddy says Coach ran and grabbed the first boy and gave him to the other teachers, but the kid who was fighting the most tried to punch the boy while Coach was holding him. Noah says Wobble, eventually you should get a VR and play some games. Stone Homie says Wobble suffers from seizures. I can't imagine VR would be kind to him. Yeah, you know, I have done a lot of research on it. I have epilepsy that is photosensitive, which means that certain visual effects can cause me to have a seizure. And it's kind of one of those things, like, I've done research on whether or not it would be safe for me to play VR. Some people say it is, some people say it's not. For me, it's basically just been like, I don't want to make that financial investment and then not be able to play it. And I feel like it's pretty much with any, like, just with any game that it might be okay, it might not. But yeah, I haven't, it's not worth it to me at this point to spend the money for a VR system and then find out that I can't do anything with it. Stone Homie says, VR makes me motion sick and I rarely get motion sickness. Lydia says, Coach grabbed the last boy and held him while he was trying to chase the other boy who was out of the classroom. The teacher's coach had to keep the other boy in the classroom. So Coach had to do this on his first day back from the classes to break up fights. So yeah, that was the fight. Sounds like Coach is dealing with a lot of issues right now. You know, I have said for a while that the key to dealing with situations like that is tranquilizer darts, but Stonehomie says, we'll stick to the trusty 8 to 32-bit rivers we're used to. I mean, I do play a fair number of modern games, too. I just don't stream them very often because so many other people are. Got a 1-up, that's nice. Stonehomie says, don't go chasing quality graphic waterfalls, which is funny, because typically the waterfall effects in NES games do actually cause problems for me, and higher resolution waterfalls don't. So, you know, it's about the only effect in NES games, aside from in a couple of, like, the space shooters, where they have really big flashing damage effects. But yeah, there've been a couple of games where, if I get stuck on a level and watching the waterfall effect too much, it'll give me issues. Dang it! Lydia says, this channel educational since when? Lydia, you have learned all kinds of fun things from my channel. Ethan got a copy of Star Tropics from the gaming store. Love it. Dang it. That one keeps knocking me over there. Okay. Dang it. All right, let's There we go. Yeah, you can hide in the box. In fact, if you are hiding in the box and something walks into you, that actually takes damage. Trial Fan says, is it just me and it might be, or is the game just a bit too loud? I can tweak the game volume down a little bit. How's that? Cass, hello, hello. Cass says, hey, my music just auto-played into the stream, lol. Hi, everyone. YouTube just dumped me off on your doorstep. Well, we appreciate it. We like having you again, Cass. Keep missing it. Why is that not hitting it? There we go. You actually have to hit it in the chest, not the head. Too low now, Wobble, sorry. Well, I didn't tweak it that much. Alright, there we go. How's that? Noah says, Wobble, imagine in the future you try to play Skyrim. I actually do like Skyrim. It's one of my favorite games. I have not streamed it, but the only reason I haven't streamed it is I use a mod pack that has a whole bunch of mods in it, and it kind of pushes my computer to the limit. So I don't know that I would be able to stream it because streaming uses a lot more computer power. So what I would probably have to do is I'd probably have to create a separate mod pack with a lot less mods in it to be able to stream it. Let's see. Cass says, I was in the middle of a Deep Rock Galactic game and my song ended. All of a sudden I hear the game and I'm like, what the heck is this? But then I heard your voice and it all made sense. Hello, friends. I need to find an acorn. Cass says, sleepy. I've had a very long day of chores and such. Noah said, imagine you try to stream it with all the mods and your computer blows up. Yeah, that would not be fun. I do not want that to happen. I hate this level. Kyle says, better wobble. Got a headache tonight, but wanted to watch the stream. Lydia says, my dad showed me Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers a long time ago. Your mom said that you and your dad went to go watch Back to the Future the other day. How was that? Back to the Future is back in theaters for, I think it's the 40th anniversary. It dropped us back at the beginning because we ran out of continues. Lydia said I had to finish my English project that's half of my grade today. What is the, what's the project? What do you have to do? Lydia said it was amazing. I would like to see, Back to the Future in theaters. I bet that would be fun. I haven't been to a movie in the movie theaters since, well, I guess it hasn't been that long. They do Ghibli Fest with various Studio Ghibli movies, and I watched Spirited Away when it was back in theaters. That was the last one. That's been a year or two. Getting hit by that one. That was dumb. I jumped right into the little electric shock. Stone Homie, if you're still watching, how is your Minecraft cube build going? If you're on our Discord, Stone Homie has been building the cube from the movie Cube, which, if you're not familiar with, it is it's like a thriller horror movie that is about a bunch of folks trapped in this endless cube, and each room is a cube, and they move into more cubed rooms. But throughout the cube is all these traps that are trying to kill them the whole way through. And Stone Homie has decided that he is building the cube in his Minecraft world. And he's been posting progress photos on our Discord, so that's been a lot of fun. Maybe when he's finished with it, I'll do a special stream, and we'll hop into his world and play through the cube. I need to get back to my Diamonds and Dragons Minecraft world and do some work in that. We might do that on Wednesday. We haven't done Minecraft in a long time, so... Lydia says, we've been reading The Looking Glass Wars, so we picked a chapter and we all had to write a 2-paragraph summary of the one you picked, and then write 3 things of evidence in quotation marks with the page number and the name of the author of the book, and also get a picture and put it on the big paper. That doesn't sound too hard. I have never actually read The Looking Glass Wars. I want to say that I have a copy of the first book, but I'm not sure. Ethan got Bible adventures from the bot. Lydia said, Wobble, the project was hard because I chose to do it by myself because I didn't want anyone to slack off and make me lose my grade. You know, that's usually the best way to do it. I hated doing group projects in school just because I could usually finish them faster and didn't have to worry about, you know, other people if I just did them alone. But, I mean, sometimes you have to do them as a group project. Spidey says, hi, Wobble. Welcome in, Spidey. I was actually just in Spidey's stream before here. He was doing a Watchmen movie night, talking about the Watchmen film. I just caught the tail end of it while I was getting ready for my stream. You said you're streaming again later this evening, Spidey? Alright, got a 1-up. Trial Fan says, what have you been working on lately, Wobble? I have been in the process of building a raised bed. I actually had a raised bed in the backyard, and you know, it's been back there for a couple of years and it kind of fell apart, so I decided to move. I took it down to half the size and I moved it into the front yard. And that's primarily because it gets better sunlight in that spot. But I just got it basically finished today, and I'm going to plant a bunch of garlic in it. This is one of the harder boss fights in the early game, because he has the little alien dudes that run off. Spidey says, I'll be watching the latest episode of Tulsa King. I don't know what Tulsa King is. The reason I'm doing garlic right now is because it's basically like the only thing that I can plant at this time of year. But I do want to get, I wandered around for a bit today and I found out where I want to put blueberry bushes. And I've been meaning to get blueberry bushes planted for a couple years now, and I just never have gotten around to it. And I'm bound and determined that this is the year I'm going to get it done. If you've been following the channel for a long time, you know that about this time last year, I changed my epilepsy medication. And the medication that I was on before caused a lot of heat intolerance. Like, it was very, very difficult for me to be out in the heat for a long time. Which basically meant that from, like, March until, well, April until October, I basically couldn't be outside. And I changed to a different medication, which is doing much better to control my seizures, and doesn't have quite as much of the heat tolerance issues. So I can actually be outside a lot more, which is something I like. I really enjoy being outside. And so I'm hoping that that means that I can do a little bit more with my garden this year. I'm stuck in a spot. I'm going to take damage either way I do this. Yeah. Spidey says, Tulsa King is a crime show starring Sylvester Stallone. Former mafia guy gets out of prison after serving 25 years and gets sent out to Oklahoma to start his own operation. He's more successful than they thought he'd be. That sounds pretty cool. I like Sylvester Stallone. Lydia says, eating my leftover food from the place where they cook in front of you with the fire. You mean like a hibachi grill? Spidey says, I'm not so much for crime dramas, but it's fun watching Slide be a wise guy. I also like a lot of the characters. The writing is so-so, but it's entertaining enough for the likes of me. That's good. But he said my mom ate almost all of my steak and shrimp. Dang it. Steak and shrimp actually sounds really good. I haven't had shrimp in a long time. I think I might actually have some frozen shrimp in the freezer that I need to do something with. Maybe I'll do, like some chili lime shrimp, tacos or something soon. Dang it. How's everybody adjusting? If you're in the US, how are you adjusting to the time change? I swear it feels like it's midnight. Heathen says, I gotta go. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with us, Heathen. Cass says, I slept in and it was lovely. I did sleep in. And then I ended up taking a nap this afternoon. Trial says, shrimp tacos sound really good. I like them in flour tortillas. Yeah, definitely. Lydia says, bro, I had way more steak than this. I only have like 8 more pieces of steak left. I had like a whole steak at first. Well, Cass says same. It was a very eepy day. Dang it. Alright, boss fight. There we go. Spidey says, gonna go grab a shower and freshen up. Be back ASAP. Oh no. Game over. Oh. Alright, so I tell you what, we are going to take a quick break. I will be back in just a few minutes. I'm going to grab some more coffee and grab a snack. Do that yourselves if you need to. If you know of anyone that you think would enjoy this stream, send them a link to the video. Make sure that you guys hit that like button. And my thing is still not working. I got to figure out why that doesn't work anymore. I had a button set up and it would flash a little like and subscribe thing on the screen, and now it's not working anymore. I gotta figure that out. So I'm gonna do that. And then I have learned that there is actually a sequel to this game on the NES that I have never played before. I have a copy of it, so we are going to come back and we will actually be playing the sequel, Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers 2. So, grab yourself a snack, hit the bathroom, do whatever you need to do. I will be back in just a few minutes. There is, of course, a discussion question on the break page. Be back soon. All right, we are back. Had to ditch the sweatshirt. It was getting too hot with the studio lights in here. They're all like, they're not fluorescent bulbs, but they still put off a fair amount of heat. Okay, so we are going to check out Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers 2. Looks like this came out a couple years later. This came out in 93. The first game came out in 1990. Has exactly the same music. Fat cat. They broke him out of prison. Newscaster, special bulletin. Police say a downtown restaurant has received a bomb threat. Unless the time bomb can be found, the restaurant could be destroyed. Whoa! A time bomb! Chip, what is it? There's a time bomb in a restaurant downtown. We've got to find it. This is an emergency. There's no time to waste. Let's go, mates. We've got a bomb to find. We'll go ahead to investigate. Look for us and we'll give you any clues we found. Or give you some help. Never would have made it through the Battle of the Bree without a bit of help. Ah, those were the days. Right, Zipper, there's no time to lose. Dale, you come with me. Now? But I was about to start my afternoon nap. No can do, Dale. Okay, partner, let's go. Rescue Rangers away! Also in the news, Fat Cat, the notorious feline felon, escaped from prison last night. You move a bit faster in this one. And die faster, too. So playstyle is almost identical to the other game. The sprites are a little different. Hitboxes are a little out of the whack. Lydia says colors are a little bright for my liking. What? That was weird. You have to, like, stand on the very specific spot or it won't let you progress to the next level. They can hit the thing back? Okay, that's not cool. That's different. The sound effects are not as crisp in this one. Okay, that's cool. Zipper turns on the faucet so you can get through. Money gave us some snacks. Alright, spill it. Who set the time bomb? I did. Fat Cat asked me to create a diversion, and it worked. No way, Fat Cat's in prison. Not anymore. He broke out last night. He's planning to steal the urn of the pharaoh. He probably already has it. You're too late. So where's the bomb? Find it yourself. Ha 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 ha. Oh, this is trippy. How do I... Oh, okay. That's gonna be a sucky boss fight. Oh no, it dropped on my head. Again. Let's not do that. Hey, that worked. That was an interesting boss fight. I'll give it that. Lydia says, why do villains always say their evil plans? Like, bro, keep the plan in your head and defeat the hero. Gadget, have you found the bomb? Here's the bomb. Look, it has blue and red wires coming out of it. We have to cut one of the wires to defuse it. But, what happens if we cut the wrong one? We're doomed! Uh-oh. Which one should I cut? Red or blue? Always cut the red wire. Are you sure? Yes. Okay, here goes. Boom. Just kidding. We cut the right one. I think I'm gonna faint. Hey, where's Dale? No, he passed out. Hurry, Fat Cat's done stolen the urn of the pharaoh. It's on a ship about to leave port. Now what does Fat Cat want with the urn of the pharaoh? Who knows? We've just got to get it back. No! Oh. Why does the box start flashing if I hold it long enough? This one has some dirty tricks. And I fell into the sewers. Lydia said that water is making my head hurt. Another boss fight here. I don't know what I was supposed to do there. Furious George, hello. Welcome in. We are giving Rescue Rangers 2 a try. So far, it is not as good as the first one. It's not bad. It's just, like, you can tell that the game design is, it feels a little rushed, almost. Furious George says log in just in time to see Wobble die. That's like every day. Because, like, in the other one, you could have gone right here and you would have gotten out of the level. In this one, for whatever reason, you have to go down to the bottom level before it'll let you progress. Am I supposed to try to grab those things? No. Can't jump on his head. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. Bop him when he slides, maybe? That doesn't do anything. I just take damage. I mean, I feel like I should be able to grab the blocks and throw them back at him, but that's not... That doesn't do anything. If I touch the projectiles, I take damage. Mustang says you're not supposed to do something crazy like jump on the boxes he's throwing. I'll try that again if I get back to him. Just trying to grab them out of the air didn't work. But you're right, maybe if we jump on top of them, they'll drop to the bottom or something. I don't know. Mustang says it doesn't seem like you should do that, but that's the only squares that I see. Yeah, I agree. You attack him with melt boxes or acorns. I don't have any acorns. I like how I died right before I get to him. Alright. Let's try to drop these. Nope, that didn't work either. Oh, okay. I guess if you are close enough to him, they'll remain on the floor. That's obnoxious. And it starts us back at the first level. I mean, it does seem like they've they put more thought into the boss mechanics in this one, but other parts of the game don't feel as polished as the rest of it. Mustang says the Little Mermaid feels like that at sometimes too, to be honest. I wonder how many of the devs were the same. I don't think I've ever played the Little Mermaid game. I'll have to try that one. You have to hit the boss with 6 ice blocks to defeat it. Yeah, Cass brings up a good point. This is about the time that they started selling the companion guides, and the games got harder because of it, because they wanted you to get the official guide. There we go. Furious George says, I remember subscribing to Nintendo Power magazine. Man, I love Nintendo Power. Mustang says it's legally distinct Bucky O'Hare. I want to find out what happens if we cut the blue wire, so let's just try that. Says, whoo, I guess that was the right one. Must have been a fake bomb. Alright. Let's get back to the boss and try this again. Okay. Good start. Good lord, that's hard. I can usually, like, I gotta stay close to him to get the first one. I've lost track of how many times I've hit him. Dang it. I think I got him like 3 or 4 times that time. Oh, okay, that's tricky. Um, yeah, I think I hit him 4 times. I don't know that I like this one that much. I like the first game. I love the first game. There's something off about the second game, and I can't quite put my finger on it. I think it's just there are a lot of those. The first game is very fluid. The first game, like, it doesn't matter. You can be barely touching a block and you'll pick it up. This one has a lot more of a weird effect where sometimes you'll be right next to a crate and you won't pick it up, or you have to be in exactly the right spot to move on to the next level. Lydia says it's the water. The water, yeah, I noticed I was getting a little bit of a headache from the water effects in the sewer, which normally that wouldn't bother me, but I don't know what's up with that. So I don't know. It's an interesting game. I might play it again later, but I don't know. I'm not sure. So that's our stream for tonight. We're gonna end a little bit early because, like I said, I'm starting to get a bit of a headache. We will be back on Wednesday. I don't know what we're gonna play yet. I think we'll probably play Minecraft. I haven't decided. I will probably put a poll in Discord to decide what we play on Wednesday. But other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. It is the beginning of November. I mentioned this in my last stream, but SNAP benefits are currently paused because of the government shutdown. We are hoping that they will be approved. There were 2 federal judges who basically said that that the government has to fund SNAP, but we're still kind of waiting to see what happens with that. So please, if you're able to, donate to your local food banks. They really, really need the help. Something that a lot of people don't realize is that for every meal provided by a local pantry or a local food bank, SNAP provides 9 meals. So the demand on local food pantries right now is 9 times higher than what it normally would be, and they are not equipped to scale to that level. So if you're able to donate your time or your money or your canned goods to your local pantries, please do so. Lots of people voting for Slime Rancher already. Slime Rancher will probably be on the poll. If everybody wants it, we'll play Slime Rancher because we've made some pretty good progress in that, and I'm really, really enjoying the game. So I'm looking forward to that as well. So I'll put a poll up in Discord. We'll decide what to play from that. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.